Hey guys, if you like the content, hit the subscribe button, leave a like down below. So we got two news topics for you today. One is we got our official dates for some server shutdowns for online features for some older wrestling games. That includes 2K24 and 2K25 and when they will shut the servers down. So make sure you get those online trophies real quick. And then of course we have some bad news for the PC version of WWE 2K26. And because of it, I am no longer buying the PC version. So stick around and I'll explain.
Time for the main event!
Alright, over on Steam, they have this posted, and this is for all systems, all consoles, all versions of the game. It says WWE 2K24 server sunset notification will be March 31st, and it did get extended. I believe it was supposed to be last year sometime. So March 31st, 2026, this month, the end of the month, they're going to shut down all the servers, the online servers for WWE 2K24. If you go to the store page, it has also been delisted. All the DLC, everything is no longer purchasable. So hopefully you got all your packs and everything you wanted from the game. If you didn't, you're now SOL. You can no longer purchase anything. I did not buy the Bray Wyatt Edition pack on the PC version, but in 2K25 they just added it in for free anyway. But a lot of people in the reviews are review bombing it now because of this. It's like, are you new? Like, they do this every single time with every single game and every single sports game. This is one of the major reasons why I think they should go to a bi-yearly release. That way people can enjoy their games more. There's so much content in these games, we do not need a new one every single year. I don't know how sports games works. I don't care about those. But for a wrestling game where you have such a huge amount of user-generated content, you don't need a new one every year. And I think they're trying to push people away from the Creation Suite so that they can sell more copies of the game. I mean, there has to be a major game plan here. They can't remove it because there's a huge audience that would not buy it anymore. But I feel like they're really trying to position people to just play through the modes and then buy the next year's game. Play through the modes, buy the next year's game. They don't necessarily want you stuck making infinite wrestlers forever. Otherwise, we'd have 1,000 character creation slots. You know what I mean? So I think that's part of the reason. But that's a huge bummer for that. We also have the 2K25 server shutdown date. We have plenty of time to get the platinum on that one if you haven't done so already. Over on their support page, they have a list of every game that's going to be sunset and pretty much when their servers are going to be shut down. If you scroll all the way down here to the bottom, for 2K25, it says the Xbox and PlayStation and Steam versions will be available until the 31st of March of 2027. So roughly right after 2K27 comes out. And on the Nintendo Switch, because it came out later, that version of the game and online services will be available till 2028, March 31st. So we have another year to play WWE 2K25 online. So around this time when they shut down the servers for 2K25, I will definitely go check out and see what you can and can't use because I'm very curious how they're going to treat it with the island being shut down. So yeah, you can still play the offline modes in 2K24 and obviously in this game, but how's that going to affect the unlockables? And someone brought something up that never occurred to me. Because everything is locked to the Battle Pass in 2K26, which requires an internet connection to unlock points for it, how are you going to unlock stuff after the game gets shut down? Like, what if you're still playing it, you don't buy 2K27, and eventually they shut it down for 2K28? What if you still have a bunch of stuff in the ringside pass you never unlocked? How is that going to work? They're going to have to do something to where it unlocks everything for you, the wrestlers anyway, because otherwise I think there's legal action that could be taken. Like, I don't know all the legality of it and everything, but just keep an eye on this because if you're missing a ton of in-game wrestlers, not the paid DLC, the in-game wrestlers, let's say you didn't unlock the Ultimate Warrior in 2K26 and they shut the servers off, you can no longer unlock the Ultimate Warrior because he's locked to that Battle Pass that can only be progressed and leveled up in with an online internet connection. That's crazy to me. And I think this model could potentially bite them in the ass going forward. So This is a huge gamble and a huge test. I'm very curious how it's going to work out for them. So we'll find out next year or when they finally shut the servers off. All right, now on to the 2K26 news. That's a huge bummer. All right, so I was looking at the 2K26 page over on Steam because I was about to purchase it so I could make a bunch of content with Mr. Dubs. And I don't know if he's going to buy it on PC now either. He hasn't really confirmed or denied it with me. But personally, I will not be buying the PC version now. Sorry, Mr. Dubs. But, I mean, maybe if it goes on sale or something. But right here, they've decided to add third-party DRM, digital rights management, Denuvo. And if you're part of the PC crowd, and if you've been around and you download ton of PC games on Steam, and you like to mod your games, I'm not a big into modding, but I was going to, this is going to hurt that significantly. Now, what exactly is Denuvo? So I did a quick search, and this is what Copilot had to say. It says, why gamers hate Denuvo. It says, Denuvo is a digital rights management, DRM, and anti-tamper system used by some PC game publishers to make it harder for pirates to crack and distribute games. While it's effective at slowing down piracy, it has earned a reputation for being invasive, performance-hurting, and frustrating for legitimate players. Me, because I don't really mod and stuff. Key reasons for hatred. Performance and resource impact. Many players report longer load times. Yes, I have experienced this with some of the games I purchased with it. Frame rate drops. Yes, even though I have a plenty powerful computer. And CPU usage spikes. Yeah, sometimes my fan would get so hot that I thought my computer was going to melt. Like, oy, that could be something on my end. I'm not super tech savvy, so it could just be my ignorance. Some of you guys in the comments down below that are really into PC, go ahead and add your 2 cents. Spikes when Denuvo is active. Benchmarks on games like Tekken 7 and Resident Evil Village show performance improvements up to 50% after Denuvo is removed. The DRM integrates directly into the game's code, which can slow down CPU-bound tasks. See, this is why I don't want to buy it on PC. Bloat and file size. Denuvo can inflate executable file sizes by up to 10-fold, increasing storage needs and potentially slowing down installation and updates. Online authentication requirements. Now, this is where it gets really bad. Denuvo often requires online authentication to start games, even for single-player titles. This can be inconvenient if you haven't played in a while, or if your network or on a network with limited access. If Denuvo's, this is the major part right here, why I refuse to buy it on PC right now. If Denuvo servers go down, games can become unplayable. It doesn't say they do become unplayable, it says they can be, because it can't check into their servers to legitimize your game. So even though there's a ton of offline modes for this game, if the Denuvo servers are down for whatever reason, and you're trying to play it and just do stuff offline, not even play online, the fact that this is off could damage that. Now, let's keep reading here. It says modding and game preservation issues. Now, this is the whole reason people buy it on PC is so they can mod the game. The DRM can block mods and prevent game preservation. Once Denuvo is removed, older versions of games become playable again, but during that protected period, they're inaccessible. Now, modders are extremely intelligent and have found a ways around Denuvo and everything else, but it does make it a lot harder to mod for the average person like myself, who is brand new to modding and all that kind of stuff. So I'm not even going to fart with it if it's going to be a big hassle. So they just lost the sale for me on PC because I'm already going to buy it on PlayStation. It's pre-ordered. I'm going to play it legitimately on PlayStation. But I kind of wanted the Steam version so I could get some cool mods and have fun with it that way. But yeah, so this will also block people from just unlocking everything for free right away, at least for a moment. Like I said, modders are very talented. They're going to figure that crap out right away. Number 5, publisher profit strategy. It says publishers pay Denuvo to extend the crack-free window, hoping pirates will buy instead of stealing. Now, this is actually a good thing. This is the only good thing I think that it does, is it prevents people from downloading the game and uploading it to a ROM site for free, because I feel like a lot of these games as publishers, why we have so much microtransactions is because of all the games that get pretty much hijacked and put on the internet for free. It's like, you know, you're hurting the developers, right? I know you think you're attacking the big major corporations, but you're hurting the developers, the guys that make the game and have a job. Like, they need to pay their bills, you know. So that's why you got to buy that. I still was going to buy the game. I'm not trying to get it for free. This is mostly just because of how it affects the game's performance. That's why I don't like it. However, many believe this is a misleading sales tactic. Pirates often don't become paying customers, and cracked versions are usually released months before the official release. Yeah, this happens to Nintendo a lot, and even some of the Nintendo games on the eShop. I think one of them. I don't think it was Denuvo. It was some other one, and it had. What game was that? It had like spyware and stuff in it, so Nintendo ended up having to remove it because it was slowing down Switch systems. Man, if you remember that, because it was a controversy. There was big YouTubers talking about it, but the game got taken down immediately once they figured out what they were doing. I think it was a Bitcoin scam. That's what it was. Anyway, number 6, it just works. Backlash. Denuvo's effectiveness at blocking piracy has led to a toxic community reaction. Some argue that more people hate it, the more it's seen as a boogeyman for piracy, even if it's not only DRM in use. See, and this is why it's removed later. I'll give you my 2 cents when we're done here. Why it's removed later. Once piracy is widespread, publishers often remove Denuvo because protecting against already cracked games offers little value. Yeah, there's no reason to pay Denuvo to monitor it anymore. This leaves legitimate players with a better, unpatched version of the game. In short, gamers hate Denuvo because it's seen as a performance drag, a privacy online dependency, and a barrier to modding and preservation. Even though it's also a strong anti-piracy tool, the combination of these factors has made it one of the most controversial DRMs in PC gaming. So I agree with them as far as blocking piracy, as far as giving the game out for free and distributing it for free or downloading it for free. And then, of course, getting all the stuff for free. For me, it's because of this, how it affects the performance of the game on the PC. I've downloaded games with Denuvo in it before because I was ignorant. I didn't know what the heck it was. And yeah, I'm like, why is my PC running way hotter? And it was a game that didn't even have any online. I think it was one of the Monster Hunter Stories games. They added in Denuvo. I think they removed it finally, but at that point I had already got my money back. I'm like, this game came out on the Switch. How is it running or making my PC explode trying to run a Switch 1 game? This makes no sense to me. So yeah, stuff like that. It's games that shouldn't have any issues running on your major huge PC could have potential issues. Now, who knows? Maybe they it's working fine. They got it working great, but this is why everybody hates it, and this is why I'm not buying the PC version. So hopefully this gives you a little just information on the PC version. I'm not trying to, if you want to buy a PC version, go for it. Modders will find a way. They're probably going to remove it eventually. But at launch for full price, no thank you. Anyway, sound comments below. How do you feel about this? Are you going to buy the PC version, or are you on console? As always, thank you for watching, and stay frosty.